Hello, fabulous ladies. Welcome to Q&A, day 4 of the 10 days of free Reveal Your Radiance Style Academy. So, I don't know who is here, and I have my phone open, I have my computer open, and I'm going to try to navigate all this technical stuff. But I wanted to begin with is thank you. Thank you for all your participation. I love it. I love that you are sharing your t-shirt word, that you're sharing what's going on. I just want to thank you for all that participation, because you know what? That's what makes it fun. That's what makes our community go. So I see that Debbie is here. And Debbie, I'm just going to say I'm on my phone and I'm waiting for it to go on my computer. And for some reason, I'm not seeing it because I want to see your questions. I have to figure out how I can see questions, because I can't see them on my phone. I don't know why that's happening. But anyways, what I want to, oh, there you go. Okay. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Debbie. Okay. I can see your questions. So I'm going to kind of keep track of those as we go. But I want to start out with just talking about the first lesson was on your t-shirt word. And I know for some of you, it can be super abstract. And you're thinking, what do you mean my t-shirt word, you know? And then you get this word and you're thinking, now what do I do with it, right? And it feels abstract. What I want to say from my own learning, my own experience, I want you to first, number one, is trust that word. Trust, because you said it and there's something from that quiet voice inside that knows who you are and that knows how you want to step out into the world, and it knows how you want to be seen, and there's an authenticness from it. So I want you to really trust that. You know, that whole word trust, that is something I have learned a lot during this pandemic. And it's about trusting myself, because sometimes we want to give it to somebody else and we want somebody else to tell us what to do, and we don't trust ourselves. Debbie says, my question is, does my t-shirt word change from work to the yoga mat, or is that just me? Debbie, it is just you. And it may, and it probably will, it'll look different from work to the yoga mat. And so I know Debbie posted her word was feminine. And so feminine for you right now through work, it could be a feminine dress, which I know that I was with you not long ago and you had on dress and that femininity just flowed through. So that's one example. Then going to the yoga mat. So for you, it might be important, for example, I want a pink yoga mat, or I want these really cool yoga pants. And so that femininity will look different, but it's still infused in there about who you are. And so again, I want you to so trust it and stop looking so outside for something to say, this is what your word needs to be, or this is who you are. Is just truly trust that word. You know, one of the things I've also learned along my journey is that we think that this style thing is out there. we just think it's just this style, it's this other, you know, this box, if you will. It's like I have my relationship box, I have my style box, I have my husband box, I have these things. And you know, I want to tell you, and it's become so clear to me how everything is interrelated. And my personal experience that's become huge for me is my personal brand. And your style is your personal brand. I mean, it really doesn't. And so when I talk about my business, it's not about, you know, I think sometimes we think, okay, what's my brand? And we think, what should my brand be? What should it be? Should I make it this? Should I make it that? It's like my style, you know, I think way back when in my early years of fashion, it was about, okay, am I going to be a boho? And am I going to be a timeless? Am I going to be a, you know, modern chic? Who do I want to be? Well, my whole teaching, and it's truly been from 30 years fashion piece through my personal growth of just learning about me more than anything for me, it's been through my business. It's part of who we are. I mean, the number one thing women will ask me when they hire me is they say, I just want to be authentic. How do I be authentic? Well, I can't tell you how to be authentic. You have to discover that authenticity for you. And it does take time. And I loved what Amber had said in our call before, is it does take some time about discerning who are you. So I see that Teresa is on. And so I'm talking about the t-shirt word, and I'm going to I used Debbie as an example earlier. I'm going to use you as an example, Teresa, right now. So you said that your word was inspire, and it is, and I loved, and thank you for writing down. I loved what you said inspired you. You said, if I remember it right, your Italian leather jacket, your Nashville boots, and I'm looking on here to see I'm going back to see the comments here, what else that you said. I know you said your boots. I know you said, I'm going back here. You'll have to tell me what that was. So it was your boots, it was your leather jacket. That is such a great starting point. And to say, like, why does that leather jacket inspire me? Oh, cowboy boots. Yes, cowboy boots from Nashville. Like, why? I think there's that adventuresome. You said there's that adventuresome that comes forth. So adventuresome, and I'm trying to think of your other word. I'm sorry, it's not in front of me. Oh, your black leather pants. That's right, your black leather pants. Your black leather pants. And it's like, why does that inspire you? I mean, that is so I have two of my fashion feng shui women on here. That is so fire. I mean, I see you put the fire. I mean, your leather boots, your leather pants, that's where you're coming from. And so in the morning when I talked about getting up, about this is in my mind, is we can get up in the morning and you have the choice of going to your closet, and camp one is going, I'm frazzled, what am I going to wear, I have all this to do, Guess what? You're never going to come from your essence, from the core of who you are, if you're coming from that frazzled place or that confusion place. And that's what I said, start taking your t-shirt word and let that be your guide. And so if your word is inspire, is you wake up and it's like, okay, what am I going to wear today that's going to be infused into my wardrobe that inspires me? And again, I want you to remember it is not just in your wardrobe. This infusion of an inspiration, so I'm going to use the word inspiration, it's infused through your clients. It's infused to what you're going to do today. It's infused through how you're going to write your copy. It's infused through the words that you use. So I'm not sure what is the word I'm using is, again, we think it's this thing and it's part of you. And if you can start truly embracing that, your style will just unfold. And yes, there are some outward pieces that will align with that. So what we're talking about right now, for another lack of words, is we're talking about inner beauty. We're talking about your inner beauty. We're talking about the essence of who you are. We're talking about the core of who you are. Mimi says, someone says, I love bravery. Ooh, I love that. And that may have been yours, Teresa, that it encompasses bravery. You know, another thought I had, because you guys, I've been thinking about you. You've been giving me your words, and I'll be honest, I've been thinking about you. And I was thinking about you, Teresa. Actually, I woke up this morning really early and then went back to bed. And I'm thinking about when I walked into your party, and that was inspiring. So if I could encapsulate that was inspiring. I walked in, the beauty of the food that you did was inspiring. What you wore was inspiring. You had on those big earrings. And you know what I was thinking about? Adventuresome. You know, again, a word means different things to different people. And to me, being adventuresome can also mean risk-taking. And so you had on these big gold earrings. And I want to tell you, not just every woman can rock those earrings. And so that is, to me, a piece of your adventuresome, and maybe it was something that truly inspired you. So think, again, it's infused in everything that you do. Mimi says, what if we resonate between 2 and 3 words? I had 3 jump in. I had joy, and I had attraction and radiance. Okay, so for purposes of our free 10 days, for simplicity purposes, for you to really encapsulate, to really understand and embrace, I'm saying 1 word. Do we have multiple words? Absolutely. We are multifaceted. Absolutely. So where I am going with this is to try to get you at the basics about how you can really understand that. So yes, can you have multiple words? But if you can start taking that 1 word and really start infusing it through what you do, I think you'll start understanding it and what that means. So for example, when I have written down my values, one of my values, and I'm not going to dig deep into this, but just give you as an example, has been well-being. And I've wondered, I've never used it in my branding, and it's only come through these 6 months about what that well-being and how that aligns with style is. I believe that is part of my well-being, is showing up as my best self, along with my exercise, along with my eating, but it is along with how I present myself. It's part of my well-being. So yes, it's all, as I said, right now it feels fragmented, but if you can just really get aligned with it, and I love Debbie taught me this, is when you say a word and does it feel aligned when you just kind of do this prayer pose, and I love that. So, okay, I'm going to move on, but before I move on, I was listening today to one of my favorite podcasters. Her name is Tanya Lee, and she was talking about the quality of questions that we ask ourselves. And so, for example, when you say, why can't I figure this out? Gosh, I can't get dressed. And there's been more than one person that has said that. Of course you can't, because you're confused. You've told yourself you're confused. What if you asked yourself a more quality question, such as, how can I get more clarity about this? Versus, why am I so confused? Another is, we ask ourselves, what's wrong with me? God, I just don't have any style. What's wrong with me? Instead, ask a quality question and saying, what is amazing about me? And that's where I'm really leading you all, is those quality questions about yourself. And I think so many times we don't take the time to look at that. We're busy trying to put out fires, trying to get things done, versus saying, who am I being? Those of you who have ever studied the be, do, have versus the do, have, be. It really is that being. And so it's being that inspiring person. It's being that woman who offers femininity through her business and whatever that might be. So the next is, and it's kind of infused in there, but it's talking about, day 2 was about perceptions and about, I didn't offer this, but was about dissatisfactions. And when we say to ourselves, oh, I feel so frumpy. Well, of course you do. You've told yourself you're frumpy. You know, we get these perceptions in our mind as, oh, I'm frumpy. Oh, I gained 20 pounds. You know what? I'm not going to show up. Annette, I can't tell you how many times I've been told this. Annette, I will start investing in myself when I lose 20 pounds. I will start buying nice clothes when I lose 20 pounds. How horrible is that really for our psyche, right? And we get these stories, this narrative in our head about, I'm frumpy. And so then when you look in the mirror, that's what you see. Or when I lose 20 pounds, then I'm going to do this. And I think it's important to identify a lot of those perceptions that are going on, because I really believe they block us. It's no different than how many of us do all these different courses on money blocks, right? You know, I grew up, I don't have any money. You know, my mom told me money doesn't grow on trees. There are these money blocks. Well, we do the same thing to our image, and we block ourselves from showing up as our best self. And you know, I always say this is, when you can get to that place and you have that wardrobe, you have to get the right pieces. So when you get the right pieces, it becomes so simple, and you can put on your clothes for the day, walk out the door, and forget about what you're wearing, and truly stop that judgment. Debbie says, I have to watch out for self-judgment. I hurt my own feelings. Oh my gosh. You know what? Hey, I'm the queen of beating myself up, and I've come to that self-awareness. So that's the word I want to use. Self-awareness is when you realize you're doing it, is you got to stop it. I learned this from a gal just kind of recently, and I kind of love this. She says, you know what? Take your own hand, and it's almost like you're holding a friend's hand, and you go, you know, Annette, I know you might have messed up. I know you're feeling like this, but you really are this amazing person. You know what? You do know what you're doing. And it's almost like you're talking third person to yourself, but you're holding your hand like you would a friend's hand. You would never talk to a friend how we will sometimes talk to ourselves. So more than anything, I think it's self-awareness. It's being cognizant that we're actually doing it. So that's about perceptions. That's another inner beauty, and it's conquering. I don't want to say the word conquering. I like the word self-awareness. It's becoming more self-aware of what we're doing, what we're not doing. Kristen and I are holding hands. I love it. I love it. Okay, then day 3, I did go to the outer beauty and talking about, again, just taking a very simple concept of taking one jacket and having 3 different levels of style. And I put the video in the group. It's also part of my 30 days of Inside the Brand. And so you can do the same concept with your leather pants. So those are the star, like your jacket is the star, your pants are the star, and then it's taking those other pieces and they're the supporting actor within it. So I'm looking at my time here. Is there any more questions? I know that I am sharing a lot of information, but I don't want to make this too long. I want people to have time to listen. Any other questions? Debbie's still there. So, and Chris or Teresa's still there. So we have talked about your t-shirt word, about, you know what? I love this. This I've learned from Debbie. It's about build a relationship with you and your t-shirt word, with you and your inner beauty. And what does that look like? Start speaking your t-shirt word. Start using it to inspire you in whatever that is. Start using it through how you write, how you interact with your client. So that t-shirt word is key. And then we talked about our perceptions, and I'm going to push / dissatisfactions on what goes on in our life, and really having that self-awareness of knock it off. And hey, we're all guilty of it. Like I said, I can be the queen of beating myself up, and I've so learned over time. It's just like, you know what, mellow out. And then the third day, we talked about one jacket, 3 levels of dress. So I hope that you can take that style tip back into your closet and have some fun creating some outfits. So with your definitive style in mind, I can't wait to continue our conversation. Saturday will be day 5. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but there will be something good. And continue sharing, asking questions, and I can't wait to see you inside 10 days of the free Reveal Your Radiance Style Academy. Bye. Mwah.